Hey guys, this is Kirk from ACIDBITE, and today I want to show you how to use our brand new pack, which is called CRT Elements. So before we get started, I just want to mention that I'm doing this tutorial in Premiere Pro, but you can use this the exact same method in basically any software, Final Cut or LumaFusion on the iPad or DaVinci, whatever it is, you can follow the same exact steps. And now let me show you a couple cool effects that you can do with this pack. So as you can see, it's a lot of analog video gear overlays and textures and even sound effects and LUTs to give your footage that kind of washed out old school look. So let me just start with a clean timeline and a clean project here so I can show you how to do this. As you can see, I've already got 2 clips here on my timeline. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is navigate to wherever you downloaded the pack from our website on your hard drive, and then you're just going to see that assets folder and just grab the whole thing and drag it over into your Premiere project. And you'll see that it will not import the LUTs using this method, but that's okay for now. We'll deal with that later. Because the first thing I want to show you is one of our texture overlays. So I'm going to grab one, drop it onto my timeline over my footage, and then if you zoom in really close here, you can see that you have this really nice authentic CRT texture. And we're going to work with this. So to actually apply this texture onto our footage, we're going to go over to our effects controls and look at the blending modes. And we'll pop open the blend mode menu and we'll come up here and choose overlay. So now if I zoom back into our footage again, you can see that that CRT texture has really transferred onto our footage perfectly, and it makes it feel like an old monitor. But of course, that's not all we have for you guys. We have a whole bunch of these glitch assets as well. So we have a bunch of these wild, colorful distortions that we captured off of old analog technology, and these can be used perfectly for transitions. So I'm going to put it over my footage, and I'm going to try to line up the brightest part of this glitch right above the cut between my 2 clips. And now, one more thing to remember, guys, is all of these assets are going to be in 4K, but I'm working in a HD timeline. So I'm going to do scale to frame size, and that's going to downscale the glitch texture so that none of it's cropped on the outside of our frame, okay? And now also, because this has a lot of black in it, and I want to keep the bright parts, I'm going to go back to the blending modes. And this time we're going to go with screen. So screen will make the black transparent, and it'll keep those colors and those highlights, and that'll give us this really nice transition right here. But the transition would not be complete unless we had some very nice sound effects. So I'm going to come over to this sound design folder, and I'm going to probably grab one of these mechanical sounds and drop it onto my timeline right underneath the cut, kind of line up the peak. And then I think we can even take this one step further and just get this entire layer of noise going on underneath the entire transition, because we're kind of doing this VCR effect, right? Okay, so there you see, we have the transition. It's very simple, very effective. I'll make that sound effect a little louder. And then in this pack, you also have LUTs. Okay, and these LUTs are designed to give your footage a kind of aged and washed out look that fits with this analog theme, right? So to start using these LUTs, we are going to get the Lumetri color effect from the effects panel. We're going to drop it onto the footage, go back to our effects controls, navigate down here to the creative tab, and then come up, and we're going to find our source folder in our hard drive, which is wherever you downloaded the asset pack. So you can see that we have a cold LUT, a warm LUT, and also a neutral one. And I think for now I'm just going to use the neutral one, and because I have actually graded footage already on the timeline, I'm going to use the Rec 709 one. But we have LUTs that have been adapted for every different camera manufacturer. And now you can see, as soon as we select a LUT, it looks super nice and washed out, super old school, faded. So next up we have this whole folder of these really cool flashes that we captured off CRT screens with lots of crazy textures in here. We also have flares. Actually, I think the flares would be a great way to show you how to kind of color grade and tweak individual assets. So I'll just drop that on the timeline again. And don't forget to scale it to the frame size again, because this is a 4K asset. So in order to adjust the color, we're just going to play around with the hue a little bit. And we can do that again through the Lumetri color effect. So drag that onto your footage, and then we'll come down into the basic corrections part of Lumetri. So inside Lumetri, under the basic corrections tab, we have the temperature and the tint. And we can just kind of drag these sliders back and forth to play around with the warmth or the colors. Because my footage is a bit red, I think I'll go with something like this. And then of course, it's going to be very important to figure out your best blending mode. In this instance, I'm going to use screen again. So let's have a preview of that. Okay guys, and that's really about all you need to understand to be able to use this pack. There's actually way more assets that I didn't even show you, but you basically use them the same. You know, choose your blending mode, add your sound design, and we're really looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. So thank you, and I'll see you next time.